All right, good morning. It is Wednesday morning, May 8th, 2024, and this is a rest day for me as I prepare for a heavy, either a squat or a deadlift day tomorrow. Not sure yet what the main exercise is going to be, but again, today is Wednesday and it is a rest day, tomorrow being a training day for either a heavy deadlift or squat day. So I'm just getting prepared for that, obviously taking advantage of a rest day. I have a busy day today, of course, at the office. But either way, just really staying focused and preparing myself for tomorrow. So what I wanted to do is, it's been a little bit since I hit some questions and comments. We've gotten so many questions and comments that have come in over the last couple days. And I just have a little bit before I have to head into my first meeting. And I wanted to jump into some of these. I'm actually going to start on a video that I posted, which was Stronger by the Day, day 5. This was a bench day, and it was also a mini gym tour where I walked people through the basement gym and then also showcased the new gym outside. And I've gotten so many comments and questions on that video that I'm going to jump into those first. So let's jump right into it. Got the first one here coming in from For Misiano Fitness. Just says, how's your blood work from the lifestyle, bulking, dieting? Anything you do to keep the heart healthy? I neglect cardio and the most important muscle of all and rarely do cardio. I use my short rest periods as an excuse for lack of cardio. Just overall, I just stay well in tune with my body and how I feel. Especially, when I'm strength training, my body weight is up a little bit more than when I'm not strength training. So again, just being very in tune with that. There's certain things that I've learned over the years, obviously communicating with a doctor, but again, if my sleep is struggling a little bit, I know I'm a little on the heavier side and probably should make an adjustments with my diet to lose a little bit of weight when it comes to sleep. So I look at those things. I look at, as far as blood pressure goes, I'm just very in tune with, if little headaches are happening and certain things, I know that I need to, focus on my blood pressure, whether that's supplementation or possibly adding some cardio, but more or less just kind of playing with my diet. And that all comes with obviously holding on to water and some weight gain, especially through a strength training cycle, through my no days off training cycle, which was 245 days of, no days of rest. Obviously the calories being burnt because I was going 7 days a week and training for about 2 hours a day. The calories being burnt were much more than they are now. So again, it's important that I, stay in tune with my diet and make sure that I'm holding on to weight because again, this is about strength. But at the same time, just making sure that I'm staying as healthy as possible and eating the cleanest food that I can for most of the time. Although, I love our cheat meals and obviously cheat days. And I would say right now, given that I'm in this strength routine, my diet's about an 85 to 15% ratio, 85% clean, 15% kind of eating whatever I want. And I just stay in tune with my, overall health as far as how I feel. Make sure obviously I'm taking my supplements and vitamins and different things like that. And one big thing, and again, this is just more maybe, yes, there's science to it, but just kind of more of a personal view. And again, I'm not a medical doctor, and I don't act like one, but I do really believe that, hydration is so important. Hydration, I think, for overall health, yes, eating obviously a very healthy diet, well-rounded diet. I'm eating a lot of fruit and vegetables as well as that plays an important role with, vitamins and minerals, but also more importantly, it's just helping me stay that much more hydrated. So staying hydrated, drinking a lot of water, eating a lot of fruit and vegetables, and just maintaining good hydration, I think plays a very important role in overall health, especially if you're on the heavier side and you're looking to, strength train or power lift. I've gotten, in the past to points where I was competing in the 308 weight class and, maintaining 300 pounds for 6 months or so. I felt like crap. I felt horrible, but I knew that there was a purpose behind it. But I also knew those were my younger days and that would not be something I'd be doing for the rest of my time. I knew I'd have to make adjustments because walking around at 315, 320 pounds just wasn't the healthiest, but the purpose was to move some weight around and power lift and compete at a fairly high level. But either way, I'm rambling a little bit, but shout out to that question for you. Got another one here from the Bob Father. Just says, Dream Gym right here, right there, man. Freaking awesome. I love that old school rigs. Shout out to that. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, to all those out there, remember the philosophy of this channel. Regardless of what type of training's going on or what's happening or whatnot, this channel is first and foremost about bringing back the love and passion to train, and then also bringing back that hardcore old school style. Free weights, plates, barbells in place. I mean, we gotta bring it back. Got to bring it back. It's a lost art, so to speak. So, my equipment that I have, both in my basement gym and now in the outside gym, has been around for a long time, and it's definitely old school. And in my eyes, it is the best way to train when you have equipment that just represents kind of your training style, your love and passion, but also bringing back the hardcore old school style, the foundational movements of free weights, plates, barbells, and plates. I mean, it's just so important. But either way, shout out to that. Truly appreciate that comment. Got another one here from Chris Carl, 5837. What lake is that? Again, it's a beautiful lake. Again, I got a great spot here overlooking a beautiful lake in the area. It's just an amazing spot. And again, it just adds to that backyard gym. I got a nice kind of enclosed yard with a great view of the lake and different things like that. But it is just a great spot to be. So appreciate that. Got another one here from Tyler Blackstone, 3517. Them traps are getting huge, bro. Shout out to that, bro. Appreciate the comment. Again, just like I talked a lot about in No Days Off, I preach this. I say preach it, but I talk about this a lot, even and people that I talk to who ask for. Again, I'm not a guru. I just love this stuff, right? But either way, I some of the feedback that I get, and what's bringing me when you mention this, when you mention again something like your traps are getting huge and certain things like that, and I talked a lot about this in No Days Off. Is again, love what you do. And if you train hard, whatever you're looking to train for or what type of training you do, you're going to form the body if you train hard. Your physique is going to follow whatever time and whatever effort and whatever hard work you put into your training. So again, you might be powerlifting, you might be just an old school bodybuilder training split, you might just love to train a power building split, CrossFit, all different things. What you put into it, your body is going to create a look, and it's also going to create the muscles that you need in order to train the way you're training. So again, if you're deadlifting heavy, you're going to build big traps and have a strong back and big hamstrings and glutes. If you're squatting heavy, your quads, your glutes, your legs are going to get bigger, and you're pushing yourself. Again, same with the arms overall. So again, you're going to form this physique. And what I like to say about the physique thing, and I get a lot of questions because a lot of people think, I'm looking to bodybuild or I want to create this certain physique. Listen, I don't care what I look like. I train and I allow whatever training style, but most important, I let the love and passion and the hardcore intensity that I put into training form whatever physique it's going to. Right now, strength training is kind of the philosophy of what I'm doing for right now, and my body's gonna form to that training. I'm going to create the muscles I need in order to move heavier weight at the time. So what I tell a lot of people is that don't get caught up in what you look like or trying to look like somebody else. Or, again, if you want to strength train, you're going to create a physique that allows you to be strong. If you're going to want to bodybuild and compete or whatever, and again, you train and diet right, your body's going to look like a bodybuilder. Again, you're going to create whatever physique you're going to create based on your genetics, but also more importantly, based on the time, the effort, and the hard work you put into training. So again, when you say your traps are getting huge, I've always had, my traps have always been kind of a stronger point. But again, I spend a lot of time deadlifting, shrugging, holding a lot of weight on my back, and just overall, just training in general has formed, whatever physique it's going to form. So shout out to that. Appreciate that. Got another one here from Country Monster, 2943. You lift while I'll go fishing on your lake. Shout out to that. Appreciate that. Another one from Country Monster 2943. This was on my feed, so I went for a tour and enjoyed all the equipment. Shout out to you. Appreciate that. Got one here from 2003 Technology. Can I be your student, please? if in a sense of, as far as training people and all that kind of stuff, or if you just meant this in general as a kind of a, friendly comment back. But if it was in reference to kind of training people or client building, or I just am not doing that. I don't have students. I don't have clients. I don't do any of that online or in-person training or personal training or anything like that. But either way, shout out to that. Appreciate that. Got another one here from Declassified 6433. Amazing setup, bro. You can tell that you simply love to train. Rare breed. Yeah, shout out to that, man. Appreciate it. Like I said, you create an environment. If you love to do this, regardless of where you're at, whether you're in a home or a commercial gym, or again, how you view and how you train, I think will subconsciously or consciously create the environment or bring you to the environment in which fits your style. And this just has fit my style for a long time, almost 28 years doing this. So truly appreciate that. So shout out to that. Got another one here from Adam Roja. This is awesome. I work out every day outside too. Amazing equipment. Keep pushing, brother. Shout out to you, Adam. Appreciate that. Another one here from Muatu Tuata says, so sick setup, bro. Love it, love it, love it. P.S. Nice view on the lake. Keep killing it, bro. Definitely will, Muata. Thanks for all your comments and stuff on the channel. Another one here from Alex Palmer, 496. Miracles Talk is cheap. New song out now. Mixtape out now. Keep training hard. Shout out to you. Appreciate the comment. Definitely appreciated. Got another one here from Outsider DF. Just says, what happens when everything gets wet? Laugh out loud. Well, you saw, I believe, literally the next day from posting this video. Unfortunately, it did rain, and we got a training session out in the rain. The equipment got wet. I'm getting a lot of. I'll get some questions here and there were comments as of late when people saw the outside gym. Listen, it's going to be weathered. It's going to rain. It's going to rust. It's going to, I've had this equipment now for well over 20 years. And this equipment supersedes that 20 years of me having. This equipment's been around for a long, long time. And it's been through the ringer. I've had it for 25 plus years or 20 plus years. And in that time, it's been stored outside. It's been stored inside. It's been moved around. It's sat in trailers. It's been sitting in some garages, some good garages, some bad garages. It's been in basements. It's been in commercial gyms. It's been held outside of commercial gyms. This equipment has been around forever. And, I'm not worried about a little rain or rust. I dealt with rust and rain and cleaning the equipment up. I've cleaned this equipment up probably more than 20 times in its time that I've had it. I know exactly what the equipment needs. I know what exactly products are out there to help preserve the equipment. I am not one bit worried about it. That will not be a stressor of mine. Although I get it. I get how some people are about their equipment, but as of right now, I'd rather it get rusted and abused and weathered out there rather than just sit and not be used at all. So I want to treat it that way. So again, some people might say, well, geez, you're not taking care of the equipment, you just leave it outside. Well, I wasn't taking care of it neither by not letting it get used. So let's use it. I think that's the better alternative. So either way, just want to say shout out to that. Got another one here from Jacked Tom Jackson 5667. You'll get more gains in the sunshine than the dungeon. I like the hardcore, but the sun will pay off. Shout out to that. Appreciate that. Got another one here from Joe Ajajo Zin 2658. This is a dream of every bodybuilder to have a gym in their own home. Shout out to that. Appreciate that. Got another one here from Foss 1638. The dream of every man, a great basement and outdoor gym. Appreciate that comment. Shout out to you for that. Got another one here from Frank Romero 8184 says, how does the Smith machine feel with all that rust? Is the ball bearing design sick? Is it a ball bearing design? Sick gym. That Smith machine is as simple as can be. The only complicated mechanism on it that has withstand everything over the years. Other than that, there is no friction or kind of resistance system in it. So where the barbell flows on the uprights, it's not even touching the metal. So there's no room in there for it to get. It's never been stuck. It's never had an issue. As far as the mechanism, that's probably the most complicated mechanism on it is the hook. So when rolling it on to hook it and to unhook it, It's a pretty short range of motion, so there's not a lot of movement, and the mechanism for that has been oiled and greased and rust, with rust prevention, all kinds of stuff, and I continue to keep an eye on it. The outside of it, the appearance of it, the whatever, it's been beat up. The upright poles that the Smith machine slides on, the bar slides on, have been rusted for years. I mean, they're solid as can be, and they clean up really nice when I want to clean them up. Again, Smith machine is just it's amazing. There's no issues with it. But either way, appreciate that comment, question. Another one here from Ralph1965. More hardcore is not possible. Shout out to you. Appreciate it. As you know, this channel is all about bringing that hardcore old school style back. So shout out to that. Got another one here from Baigual Lamara 6883. Sorry if I butchered that handle. Just says excellent. Very inspiring to train outdoors. Beautiful place. A cordial greeting. Shout out to you. Appreciate that. Got another one from Warchild 5885. You have to run to each station after a set. Laugh out loud. Pretty cool though. Shout out to that. I don't really consider them stations. Obviously, it's just like any old gym. Each area has its purpose for whatever I decide to train that day. But I don't do like full body. Training stations and running to stations and stuff like that. So it's just kind of your basic. But I also get what you're saying. I mean, it has its own, kind of feel when it's outside. Either way, shout out to that. Appreciate that. Got another one here from Bob Mac 9070. You better get some of that equipment on blocks or cement before it sinks into the soft grass and becomes very unstable, or a rack falls over in the middle of a lift and you get hurt. What happens when it's raining and it's a power day? Laugh out loud. Bob Mack, appreciate the comment/questions in there. Well, you saw if it's raining, I train the very next day. I'm not worried about it. It's raining today, actually, and it is what it is. As far as the ground, I have a pretty good drained lawn out back. The ground is extremely solid. If you saw the view, I sit up on a hill, so a lot of the ground is not saturated. It dries out really quick, and also I'm kind of at a base of some mountainous areas, so the ground underneath it is extremely hard, and there's a lot of gravel and different things underneath. It's a very solid space. I have no issues with equipment sinking into the ground, even when it rains. I trained outside when it rained. It's not muddy at all. It drains really well. It's really a great spot, so I'm not worried about setting that up. I do want to plan maybe setting up some platforms at some point, when it comes to deadlifting out there and certain things, just to have somewhat of a stable, kind of a leveler ground to work on. But I've had this equipment in gyms that have been extremely unleveled, and I've always played the leveling game. I have to level stuff downstairs in the basement. It's just part of kind of having makeshift gyms and having home gyms and being as creative as possible. But I am not worried about any of that. The equipment is the other part. When you got old school, hardcore equipment, the equipment itself is just heavy. It's amazing how heavy that equipment is, and we were moving it, and it's heavy stuff. So again, it's the old school way, the hardcore way. I mean, that's the stuff we got. It just works perfect. So I'm not worried about anything like that. But either way, appreciate the comment/question. Tim Jeffries 1555 just says river ? Badass. No, it's a lake. But either way, shout out to you. Appreciate that. Another one from One Jazz 5D. Love outdoor lifting. You got a nice open area plus a great view. Shout out to that. Appreciate that. Yeah, it's a nice area. Not only is it a nice area for kind of that outside feel, yes, a great view, but again, like I said, the yard that I have is enclosed. And it really kind of keeps me isolated. It's almost like the gym's enclosed, and it feels like a real outside gym. I mean, it feels really nice. It's a great feel out there, very comfortable. And again, just it's all about that mindset too. I mean, that's very important. Creating that environment. Making sure that when you enter, when you're going to train and you enter a gym, or you whatever, you want to be able to get into that mindset. And sometimes if you have a home gym and you have let's just say, for instance, you have other household items, and then the gym's kind of stuck in there somewhere, or you have this set up a bench press, and it's, you're surrounded by, maybe a couch or, storage or different things like that. Mentally, it just kind of, it may messes with me for sure. It really doesn't it keeps my mindset and kind of like I'm still at home. So I want to be at home and train, but at the same time, I want to feel like I'm not at home, and trying to create that in this environment, both downstairs in the basement, but also outside, really creates that environment. So shout out to that. Got another one here from John Nicholas, 2529. This is cool. Your backyard is now my dream gym. Shout out to that. Appreciate that. Got another one from P-Dog, Paris Smith, 7271. My white brother from another mother doesn't play no games. Let's go. Shout out to that. Appreciate that, P-Dog. Shout out to you, man. Got another one from Christopher Lesiniski, 5787. Just says beautiful. Shout out to that. Appreciate that. Got another one from Vocal G1. It's kind of nice being next to the water, where you get lots of flies when you're working out. That's some extra protein. It gets buggy with the water and stuff. Obviously, it's just a buggy area with spiders, flies, mosquitoes, different things like that. But we'll see what happens. But either way, shout out to that. Appreciate that. Another one from Vocal just says, I think it would be hilarious while you're working outside, that you start really pushing it and screaming and getting really into the zone. That would be funny when your neighbors are outside. Yeah, I'm sure it'll happen. We'll see what happens with that. Shout out to that. And then another one from Vocal just says, nice. When it starts to rain, you could throw on the old bathing suit. Or are you worried about people coming in your backyard and stealing your equipment? People would always get the plates. Pretty nice outdoor gym and setup. I like it. And I like listening to the birds tweeting. I find it relaxing with the neighbors mowing lawn. Yeah, I was listening. It's like it does. You can hear all the sounds, and it's an interesting thing when you look at the training we're doing and then hearing those sounds. As far as people stealing the equipment, you know what? Listen. The reality is yes, I am smart enough to make sure that the what I would consider more expensive, like plates. I have very good plates and different things like that. Some barbells. Actually, I have some pretty crappy barbells out there, so I'm not too worried about them. They work. They're durable. They're good barbells, but they're the shittier ones of the ones that I have. But as far as like the plates and certain things, I'm going to keep those safe. We'll store those, when I'm not training. But the other stuff. They're going to have a hell of a time getting it out. I'm home, quite often. It's a secluded area. It's a pretty good neighborhood. And you know what? It is what it is. If someone's going to steal something, it could be anything. Whether you keep your lawnmower outside, or your vehicle, or it could be lawn furniture. I mean, it could be valuable stuff on your porch that you've purchased. I mean. Again, if someone's going to steal something, they're going to steal it, and sometimes there's not much we can do about it. They're going to have a very difficult time stealing this equipment. I mean, it is heavy, bulky. It is a pain in the ass to move. But obviously being smart, like plates and different things like that, we'll make sure that those are held safe. But the other stuff is be very difficult to steal. Let's put it that way. But again, trust me, I thought about that. Of course I thought about that. And I'm being as smart as possible when it comes to that. Just going to hit a few more. Again, I'm only on this one video. There's so many that came in, but I got to get rolling for the day. Got another one here from Real Estate Lavina Extremo. Probably the most underrated channel out there. I'm sharing your videos every time I can. Truly appreciate that. As I've said, many times during No Days Off, we got to continue spreading this word of this old school style, this love and passion to train. We got to come out of the shadows of this corrupted social media game of advertising, marketing, scamming, just the whole glamorization, the so-called Hollywood lifestyle of training. We got to continue spreading the message. So anybody that's sharing videos and really kind of holding true to the old school way, the love and passion, and anybody is spreading the message, whatever way you do it, it's truly appreciated. Let's continue to roll. So I truly appreciate that. Got another one from Pedro Rodriguez, 1931. Wow, that's beautiful. Old school, outdoor, sunny, happy place for massive pumps. Love that both places of yours are amazing. with this So Special vibe. Shout out to that. Appreciate that, Pedro. Another one from Jack Snell. Gives a second gym without leaving the home. Nice. Absolutely. Shout out to that. Appreciate that. Michael Patterson, 6678. Nice setup. Where did you find your equipment? Random places, or was the gym going out of business? It was a gym that went out of business. It's an old school gym that I trained at. All the equipment I have, I purchased at a really young age and stored it when I went off to college. And it's been with me for a long time, but I got a great deal on everything, and there's a ton of history to the equipment that I have. Some of the best, some of the greats as far as the bodybuilding world have trained on this equipment. Mike Katz, Lee Haney, some of the old school people that you've seen in Pump and Iron, some of those have all trained on this equipment. So it has a ton of history to it, and it's pretty amazing stuff. I got extremely lucky. I say lucky, but at the same time, at a very young age, my mindset seemed to be in the right place when it came to training, and I knew that when this gym went out of business, I knew I had to get my hands on it. I was a very dedicated member of the gym, became very close to the owner, and got first dibs on the equipment at a really young age. I bought it way back in my adolescent days. So shout out to that. Another one from Dansky6694. Bro, now you're getting 2 15-second ads on this, right? Hope you're getting paid. Yeah, appreciate all the views on the video and all that kind of stuff. Shout out to that. Appreciate it. Again, just trying to spread the message the old school way. The home gym people out there, the love and passion, just representing, trying to, again, showcase and bring back the love and passion of training. So appreciate that comment. Another one from Shoe9460. Loving the backyard setup, looking like a backyard Venice Beach. Shout out to that. Appreciate that. Got another one from Anti-Whiteism 777. Just says, is Russ not a concern? I'm not worried about Russ. Shout out to that. Dino1001, Muscle Garden. Shout out to that, Dino. Appreciate that. Richard Fisher 5508. Love the setup, dude. There's nothing better than training outside. Dude, I love it. It's been a great feel already. I've trained out there twice. One beautiful day, then one rainy day, and both of the days were absolutely amazing. It was great days of training. Can't wait for more of them. Another one from Nye just says, damn, a true Iron Warrior indeed. Shout out to that. Brian Murphy, 7548. Nice setup. Fresh air during training is great. Absolutely. Another one from Bra Marstone. Yeah, buddy, fantastic. Reminds me of John Grimmick, training outdoors. Let's go. Shout out to that. Eric Purdue, awesome yard and gym. Sunshine and fresh air and training equals one of the best feelings. Shout out to that. Zach Balla, 4343. Blood and Guts was a huge inspiration for me to build a home gym, which I did, and it's outside. Literally got Muscle Beach in my backyard in Central PA. Love you, brother, and thank you for all the inspiration and wisdom. Clang and bang. Shout out to you. Appreciate that. Tank1110, do you cover it when it rains? I do not. I do wipe it down. I stay up on top of it as best I can, but I'm not going to stress or worry about it. I mean, the equipment's been through the ringer. It's been around for a long time, a lot longer than I have, and I don't foresee it getting, it's going to be great. It'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. But either way, shout out to that. Mike Wilson, 5047. Cool setup. This where Rocky would train. Very, very cool. Keep it coming. Love it. Shout out to that. Wayne Smith, yes, BG. Wayne here again from England. You know me, my man. Been here since day one, man. Shout out to you, Wayne. Appreciate that. Another one from Brandon Moore, 3840. Much easier to put bodies in the backyard instead of the basement. Shout out to that. Appreciate that. Another one from Jalsi. This guy's 100% the real deal. Working out 1:30 a.m. outside gym overlooking waterfront, 100% raw. Shout out to that. Appreciate that. Another one from Nick G, 9639. It looks like a literal paradise, brother. Awesome. Congrats. I want to believe 9869. Outdoor videos are the best. Matt Fly Fisher, outstanding backyard setup. This is as good as it gets, in my opinion, with that old school vibe. Shout out to that. And we're going to end on this, guys. I'm sorry, but I got to go. There's some more. I'm definitely going to get to more, so stay tuned. I got another question and comment video coming. We're going to hit all the other videos that have recently come in and hit those questions and comment, so definitely stay tuned. But the last one here from Skip Milligan just says, so wicked. This is exactly how my setup is outside in the backyard. 4 seasons long. I shovel a pathway to that shit in the winter. Differences is some of my equipment, of course, but truly not much. Happy to see you happy, brother. Let's go. Shout out to that. Appreciate that comment. Appreciate all the questions and comments on the channel. Like I said, stay tuned. I'm going to jump into all the other questions and comments that have recently come in, so stay tuned, and we'll see you guys for the next video.